friends, welcome back to my channel. Sas here. I'm here for another review of 90 Day Fiance the Other Way. I'm not going to keep y'all. In fact, this video will be under 15 minutes. And if it's not under 15 minutes, you can say in the comments that I should kick high bricks. Nothing happened last night, y'all. Just a bunch of foolishness, child. My boys won yesterday. It was football day, honey. And my boys, the Dolphins took out the Patriots, okay? Just saying. But let's get into this review. First, let me start off with Ellie and Victor. As we know, hurricane that came by little Jamaica, child. Category 5, and Ellie is worried for Victor because she haven't heard from him. And plus, the house that he lives in that she's giving that $5,000 to, honey, was put together with 2 sticks and Elmer's glue. So you know they just blew on down. Huff, puff, blow the wood stick house down. So she's worried, she's trying, she's concerned, she's worried, she's trying, she's concerned. Haven't heard from him. But she's still going to take her butt over there. When it was a Category 5 hurricane, she's still going to go over there. Her friend done come over, she crying, snot flying. She know this is a terrible idea. And that her friend Ellie is eventually going to get hurt. But Ellie, she says that this is the man she wants to be with. And so she goes on over there to little Jamaica to see if she can find him. Now, when she gets to the little Airbnb hotel or whatever, it's nice. It's real nice up in there. But she's worried. She says, I don't feel quite right. I got the little swimmies in my stomach. I have doubt. She said, maybe I shouldn't have went. Maybe I shouldn't have came over here. Well, girl, it's a little too late. You there now? So let's hope that you find Victor. Because, see, he supposed to be at his sister's. At his sister's, y'all. At his sister's house. Okay. You at your sister's house. I guess her house is stable. Let's move on, child. I'm going to knock these out real quick. Child, let's talk about Corey and Evelyn. Corey with her sisters, they talking about the wedding. They're going to go wedding dress shopping. And here comes Corey with his dumb self. Corey come talking about, hey, I got something for you, child. See, I'm about to surprise her with a dress. See, I had this dress hanging up in the closet for over a year. It's a little dusty. It got moths all in it. It's got holes all in it. But let me present this to my wife-to-be to say, hey, you can get married in this. Child, Corey done went up in there with Evelyn and them 2 sisters and said, here you go. Here's a wedding dress. You ain't got to worry about spending no money because, see, I'm cheap. There you go. Child, they looked at that wedding dress with 2 heads and said, I know you lied. Is that a prom dress? Is it dirty? Is that a hole in it? Boy, if you don't go stick your head in a bucket of ice water. Corey said, well, by golly, it is a prom dress. In fact, it was my sister's. See, my sister had a prom dress. She ain't gonna use it. So I thought, hey, let's recycle. Corey, now I'm gonna have to agree with Evelyn on this. First of all, that dress was ugly, and your sister had no business wearing that to the prom. It just looked cheap. Cheap. It was cheap, dirty, and worn out. Now, why got a hole in it, child? What was your sister doing that prom night? Of course, Evelina was like, if you don't go somewhere, see, you don't want to pay for this wedding dress. I done told you you're paying for everything, including my high-end wedding dress. Now, we got the Jennifer Lopez of Ecuador. Quit acting funny. for the store. So Evelyn and her two sisters, okay? The two sisters are like, you need to marry him. We have told you something ain't right. You don't trust him. He's a cheater, pumpkin eater. Why do you want to be if he cheap? Don't marry him. You have doubts. You don't even feel comfortable in the wedding dresses you're trying on. Evelina just sitting there listening to her sisters, but honey, she dropped a bombshell. She said, y'all can stop all this. Stop all that tongue wagging and lip smacking. Because see, guess what? A year ago, me and Corey, we got married. I know y'all lie. Y'all doing all this 90-day fiance producers, and they already married. And Corey still have not told Evelina about his escapades in Peru. Y'all, what am I going to say next? What am I going to say next, y'all? Let's move on. Child, let's talk about Jenny. Jiggle that Jenny. That's the me. Now, Jenny actually thought that she could walk into a religious monument, a religious proceeding, and talk to a priest about becoming a Hare Krishna devotee. She thinks that she could just do that in a day. Because see, she is hell-bent on staying in India. By all means necessary, even though Submit don't want to marry you. So this is a last-ditch effort. Let me just go and join a whole religion. So she goes up in there looking real foolish, dumb, sad, pathetic. So the priest was real nice to her. So he goes and takes her to two females that takes this serious. They take this very seriously because this is their religion. They're talking to Jenny. They're telling her what it takes to be a Hare Krishna. And so Jenny is sitting there. Now Jenny thinks in her mind that just because she rubs a couple of beads, say a couple of chants, do some mantras, then she's going to be into the Hare Krishna devotee. The whole time she's like, oh, I'm exhausted. Oh, I'm thirsty. This has worn me out. Child, they should have got up and took those beads and beat her with it. The disrespect. They take this seriously, jiggle neck, unlike you. You need to be taking your life seriously instead of you hop, skipping, and jumping around here, embarrassing yourself every week. Over a man in 10 years ain't married you. Did y'all see that one woman? She was looking at Jenny like, you sure is a sad woman. She was looking at her like, you sad. You a sad, sad thing. Why you up in here wasting our time? We got some mantran to do. We got some chanting to do. So Jenny says, you know what? After doing these little chants and feeling these beads, I feel good. I feel real good. So then she's telling these two ladies about how she's with a man, how the man ain't gonna marry her, and this is her last ditch effort. So it's time for her to talk to the priest. And the priest was real kind, wasn't he? But he said, you got it twisted, 82-year-old woman who over here with a man that obviously don't want you, don't want to marry you, and you done step foot up in here. See, this is something that we take seriously. This is something in our heart. We don't play games up in here. And if you are serious about this, it's going to take you 4, 5, 6, 7 years. You just can't walk up in here in one day and think that you're going to get this just because you want to stay in India, because your man is a fool. Of course, he didn't say that. I said that, but that's what that priest wanted to say. Now, when Jeannie first sat in front of this priest, oh, she was all smiles. She was all for it. I think I can get with this Hare Krishna. But the minute he said those fatal words and busted her bubble, did y'all see her face, honey? That smile turned upside down. And yet again, she embarrassed herself. And she got up, tucked her tail in between her legs, and she stepped out. Take your feet to the street, Jenny. You 82 years old, and this is how you want to represent yourself. So Jigganet goes outside, talk to Cement. And she was like, I don't think this is going to happen. I don't think this is going to work. What are we going to do? This is Cement. I don't know. I don't know. You know I can't marry you, right? Because my family. I can't go against the family. I'm not going to marry you, right? Hen and how? So here's Jeannie again. I wish Jeannie would take her some Melamucil and go somewhere and sit down somewhere. Won't you drink some calcium? I know your bones are hurting. Osteoporosis got to be hurting. You're running through hoops, jumping through hurdles for this man. Now let's go on to a couple that makes sense, that got a good head on their shoulders. Let's talk about Kenneth and Armando. Okay, Kenneth, he's going to pick up his daughter at the airport. It's been over a year since she's seen her daddy. Okay, and we know how tight-knit Kenneth's family is. They love that man, and he loves his children and grandchildren, child. And honey, when they was hugging, I was like, oh, how sweet. Ooh, she missed her daddy. But see, Kenneth, he's feeling some type of way. The daughter says, how's it been going? How you been feeling? How has it been down here? Kenneth says, well, I'm having a hard time. I miss y'all. I really, really miss y'all, and I miss home. He homesick. But he don't want to tell Armando that because he don't want Armando to feel bad because he's there. But he is homesick. He is missing his family. He's missing his grandbabies, his kids. And honey, his daughter done had a whole cry fest. And I don't blame him. His daughter done broke down, started crying, stopped flying. And she was like, we miss you. It's hard for us. You think it's easy for us to have our daddy down here and we up there? You were the one that held us together. You were the glue. You're our daddy. And it's been over a year since I seen you, child. I'm about to have a heart attack up in this car. And Kenneth understands. He says that he knows that his family miss him because he damn sure misses them. And it's been hard. It's been hard. How could it not? Child, I tell you, if that was my daddy, woo, child, honey, I would try my best to get down there every other week. No, in all seriousness, that would really hurt me. I mean, I would be worried about my daddy every single day. A whole year? Woo, child. No, I don't know how they do it. And Kenneth seems like he's a cool person, a cool dad, a cool grandfather. The love that Kenneth shows his family is just amazing. I love Kenneth and Armando. I really do. I just know they're going to work out and, you know, so. Anyway, child, that's Kenneth and Armando. He's feeling a little bit of guilt. But, honey, they going to work it out, child. They going to work it out. Let's move on. All right, let me knock out Stephen with the V and Elena. Stephen, he's on his way to Turkey to meet Alina. Child, that boy talking about he needed to get his snacks and brush his teeth. That mama said, we ain't got time for that. You had all morning. Get your stuff, get in the vehicle. So, of course, his parents is worried about him because this boy is on his way to Turkey to be with Elena. Now, Elena has her mind set to try to dangle some bait for Stephen with the V, because Stephen with the V says that, you know, he wanted some more girlfriends and she don't feel like she can trust him, blah, blah, blah. So she done called in her friend for these shenanigans. Pretty girl. And she was like, Steven don't know her. So she's perfect. So she's telling the friend this story. And the friend seemed cool with it. See, I'm going to need for you to entice my man. Okay? Just a little bait run. To see if I could trust him. The friend was like, cool, what's his social media? Elena, I said this is not a good idea. Terrible idea. If you feel like that you need to set him up for him to prove himself, you are already wrong. You shouldn't have to play games with a man that you so-called love and you want to marry. This is not a good look, child. Child, Steven with the V. Don't be accepting no new friend requests. Leave that alone. Let's move on. Alright, last and certainly least, let's talk about R&B. Now B is still worried about Leandro, whatever his name is, the ex. He was like, why is he here? I think he still got feelings for all. Now all is in the kitchen making coffee for her and the ex. And she said she feels guilty about how she dumped him. Girl, it's time to move on. He's done moved on and you done moved on. Move on, all. You weren't feeling too guilty when you was doing it. Don't feel guilty now. So move on. So B had a great idea to go to the gym with the ex and proceed to beat him up. Honey, they was getting their boxing on. Boo, 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 boo. Honey, B was just tagging that head. Here you go. There's another one. There's another one. That's for taking them, breaking them bras over here. Here, hit that. He just tagging that poor boy's head, honey. When I tell you that ex's eyes shook. Honey, them ex's eyes went like this. And then B proceeded to put this man on the ground and start choking this man. The man is tapping. The ex is like this. Honey, this is B. You better stay with me, I'm a woman. I don't know why you have... Shut up! Honey, B got this man all hemmed up, child. Honey, child, B finally let up. The ex is like, I'm dizzy. What day is it? You really tried to take me out? I don't want your woman. B come talking about that when he gets in this little, fighting activity, that he lose all control. B, you lied. You did that on purpose. So B was like, listen, I got a question to ask you. When my woman went to go visit you in New Jersey, did y'all sleep together? The ex said, what? Did you sleep together? Huh? Did you sleep together? See, I got Caucasianesia. What'd you say? Did you sleep with my woman? Oh, no. I didn't sleep with her. Is this why you mad? Is this why you tried to take me out? Is this why you tried to choke me out? I didn't sleep with her. So B said, I don't trust it because he hesitated. He was nervous. He did one of these, B, I'm going to need for you to stop. Me personally, I do not think all and the ex slept together. Okay? That's just me. B done lost himself, honey. So all was like, y'all was at the gym for a long time. What y'all talk about? B said, I asked him straight up, man to man. Did you sleep with my woman? I said, if you done lost your man, I told you we didn't sleep together. I was 5 months pregnant. That's another conversation. You 5 months pregnant, you over there staying night with your ex. Anyway, she said we did not sleep together. I have told you this. Now you done went over there, you done embarrassed me. This is embarrassing. B said, I did what I did, okay? I wanted some answers. He hesitated. He choked up a little bit, so I had to hem him up. Man to man. So it's time to go to dinner. And B thought it was a good idea to invite his ex-girlfriend. Baby, when I tell you she walked in, I said, not lady in red with the clean edges. I said, come on, gal. Wasn't she beautiful? Oh, I was like, I was like, take note. Take note. Honey, even the ex was looking. Even the ex was like, good God almighty, this how they make them over here? Damn. So, here comes the conversation about how they broke up. Now, the story goes as this. According to the ex-beautiful lady in red, she said he cheated on me. And what about when the ex looked at all and said, he cheated? Honey, he was loving it. Because see, B done choked him out. So he's loving this. Honey, B was sweating bullets. Now B says, that's not true. I did not cheat on her. We were separated at the time. And when we were separated, I met my ex. You mean to tell me that B, you got with your ex, as the beautiful lady in the red said, the American. You ditched that beautiful woman for your ex? You cheated? Because see, I think you cheated. That's what I think. I think you cheated on her with the American. But see, B says that the beautiful lady in red was jealous. Baby, all was like, oh, so it's okay if you go and take my ex and question him about me and him, but it's not okay for me to ask these questions. Wrong. Wrong. Because what's good for the goose is good for the gander, and I absolutely agree with that. B, you can't be asking the ex about your woman and don't expect her to ask your ex about you. It ain't how it works. And then you done got busted. Honey, he was sweating child drinking down that liquor. B said, I did not cheat. We were separated. What y'all think about that child? Wasn't she beautiful? Woo! Anyway, y'all, that's it. I think I'm over my 15 minutes, child. But that's it, y'all. Wasn't much of an episode. Y'all know what to do. Leave your comments down below. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. And until next time, friends.